Many superheroes in fiction, usually in the street tier, would have some kind of utility belt to host most of their items, with most popular example being Batman. This had me wondering, what heroes out there also have pouches throughout their costume, and what do they keep in them? Now, before I go into this, I just want to mention that I won't be talking about Batman in this video, as I plan on making a separate video for him, and that's probably going to be a lot longer. With that in mind, let's get into this video. Captain America. Despite many other characters in fiction, this is one of my main inspirations for the video. When rewatching the first Avengers movie and critiquing the suit he wore, I noticed that he was wearing a utility belt in the movie, and it made me wonder, what's in those pouches? As far as I can remember, there isn't a scene where he puts something in or takes something out, but I think there's a way to figure it out. Through the films, I was able to discover his use of grapple device and a compass with Peggy's photo in it. As for the comics, he carries items such as a first aid kit, military cable, smoke grenades, an Avengers ID card, and lockpicks. There's also a few items that I would assume he would use just in case, as a soldier. Any additional equipment would likely be the standard US military equipment, such as rations, a lighter, radio, a flashlight, and dog tags. Not to mention, what's not a utility belt if not extra pockets, so I wouldn't be surprised if he also had more personal items like some baseball cards, a journal, bubble gum, and beef jerky. You would hardly see him use any of this stuff since most writers focus on the shield, which I don't blame them for. Deadpool. Next up is good old Wade Wilson. We know his main weapons are twin katanas and dual Desert Eagles, although sometimes those weapons will change depending on the writer. His pouches, on the other hand, contain things like shurikens, ammo, concussive and explosive grenades, taser wires, and bolas. His more comic booky items consist of an image inducer, which can be used to hide his appearance, although that's rarely used, a teleportation device, which is featured most prominently in the Deadpool game, spare organs, and cheap Mexican leftovers with fresh cilantro. Oh my god. Scarlet Spider. Ben Reilly is my favorite Spider person, but like many 90s heroes, he has the same pouches problem. Now, as a Spider person, we know that he would carry spare web cartridges for his web shooters, but additional gear consists of impact webbing and stingers. If you have played the Insomniac games, then you would know that Peter uses this for combat. It's a glob of webs that expands and wraps around the target, causing them to be trapped. As for the stingers, these were darts used to temporarily incapacitate its targets, almost like sleep darts. The thing about impact webbing is that they tend to take up a lot of webs, kind of like a powerful attack that takes up a lot of stamina. So it makes a lot of sense that he carries so many of them with that explanation in mind. Cyclops. See, with Cyclops, it always made even less sense to me that he would wear a utility belt. I remember watching some of those reruns of the X-Men animated series and wondered why he had so many throughout his costume. That was until I saw this artwork from Sergei Titov. Amazing drawing aside, it was nice to see a headcanon of what Cyclops likely keeps in those pouches. These items are eye drops and contacts, a sandwich, 3 sets of backup visors, a key to his motorcycle, a journal, and AirPods, a cocoa flower, lockpick tools, a first aid kit, a switchblade, reflective crystals, a flashlight, a lanyard, a ring, and a watch. Deku. I decided to include an anime character for the final entry of this video, and I chose Deku. From the very start of the series, his hero attire would almost always consist of sneakers, gloves, knee pads, and a utility belt. There would be plenty of tweaks between each costume, but the core elements would stay the same. With the utility belt, you have to wonder what he would carry in them. This was another question that Reddit kind of helped me answer by the mention of a notebook and pen, a picture of All Might, a little weirdo, his phone, his wallet, some medical stuff like disinfectant spray and bandages, along with probably some painkillers because with the way his quirk works, would you really be surprised? Unfortunately, I couldn't think of any DC heroes besides Batman, obviously, that often wear utility belts or pouches, so sorry if it seems very Marvel and anime focused. I plan on making a continuation to this video someday, but I would also love to talk about hero suits again, so until then, have a good one. One thing a hero should always keep in his pouch is some good old pocket sand,